one I mined, and in front of me I have two different LEGO sets. Now these two sets look really similar. On the left we have set 31136 Exotic Parrot, which came out earlier this year, and on the right we have set 31144 Exotic Pink Parrot, which is coming out on August 1st, 2023 and was sent to me early by LEGO for review. You can see just with the fronts of the box that the builds of these sets are exactly identical. The only difference between them is the colors that they actually use. Now this is something that LEGO was beta testing all the way back in 2020, having different color variations for LEGO sets. And they did release a few color variations back then, however they were exclusive to a few parts of the world, and they never actually became wide released. As such, I thought that was just kind of LEGO giving up on the alternate colors. But no, you can see right in front of me right here, this is our second ever wide released multicolored set. This is of course a Creator 3-in-1 set, and you can see on the back of the boxes right here, both sets have the same exact alternate builds, however of course they've been recolored. I will say that does make things a little bit interesting, because you can see on the front of the box right here, the parrot looks fantastic, and from initial impressions, the pink parrot looks great too. But then when looking at the alternate builds of the frog and the fish, you can see they're very clearly designed for this color scheme. They look pretty good in this color scheme, but those two don't translate as well into the pink variation. This streak of blue right here on the frog feels really out of place, and I feel like the colors on the fish are a lot less consistent. But yeah, other than the color of the bricks and the set numbers, these two boxes are exactly identical, and I do really love this concept of multiple color variations for sets in theory. But now I'm actually going to open these sets up, build them both up, and we'll see how they actually compare. Is the color variation actually any good? And I'll also talk about the actual quality of the build of both colors. And here we are, here are the two parrots all built up. So I'm going to start by reviewing the actual builds of these sets and not talk about the color variation just yet. The sets have the parrot standing on a bit of the tree. You can see there's foliage all over the place and two individual flowers. In both sets, these flowers use almost the exact same design, though the colors between them are different. And there's a bit of movement on them too if you want to change how they're being displayed. The parrots themselves use a combination of Technic pieces for the legs, and I was expecting this to look pretty bad when putting it together, but having it all built up, I feel like it actually looks pretty nice. Moving up to the parrot's body, you can see it has a very round design for the chest, and I think this works perfectly. Those pieces that they chose for the front just do a great job of representing that bird fluff. The wings lay flat at the parrot's side, however they are connected on with the mini ball joints, so there is a bit of motion you get there. Nothing all too crazy, like you can't make the parrots properly flap their wings or anything, but you can do like a full 360 spin if that's what you want to do. The parrots of course also have this giant tail at the back which connects on with a couple of clips, and that's able to be moved forward and back ever so slightly. And I really love how sharp the entire shape of the tail is. That's done pretty perfectly in my opinion. Then moving up the parrot's back, I think the head is almost perfectly designed. It uses these printed pieces for the eyes that's just black with a white dot in them, and I think that's the perfect amount of personality. It makes them feel alive but not too cartoony. And I think the bird's cere as well as its beak look fantastic as well. So just as a set, I actually really love both of these builds. If you like parrots, one of these is a nice set to get just to display in your house. But now let's actually go through what are the differences between these two versions of the sets. Because yeah, as I mentioned, it's not like a one-to-one difference between the two. It's not like, okay, every instance of yellow in the original version is replaced with pink in this version. The two birds actually have a completely different color pattern, which is pretty neat. Starting with the flowers at the base, I have the blue parrot on the left and the new pink parrot on the right. You can see the flowers of the pink parrot have like a much more pastel color scheme. I feel like these two flowers go together better because it's all like this pink and purple and whatnot. While on the pink parrot, it's one pink and purple flower, but then also one blue and yellow flower. You can see the sounds of the flowers are different too. This one is yellow, this one is magenta. While on the second flower, this one is light yellow, while this one's bright orange. These flowers and the leaves around the back are even different colors too. We have magenta versus lavender. And then this is a very subtle one, but the branches that the two birds are standing on, there's a slight difference between them. They both use the same color leaf piece and everything, but these little plant stem pieces, on the original version they're lime green just like the leaf pieces, but on the pink parrot they're now bright green instead. Coming to the parrot's legs, there's a very obvious recolor and all new part here. I'm not super knowledgeable in like every variant of every piece that exists, so I'm not sure if the pink parrot has more all new recolors that I'm not sure of, but one that I am positive of is these Technic spacer pieces on the legs. These basically only ever come in yellow and gray, sometimes we've gotten other colors like black I think, but these parts really aren't recolored all too often. So pink is an all new color for them in the pink parrot set, and that's just such a cool part to get. That's a piece that's been coming in sets for literally decades at this point, so the fact that the pink parrot is one of the few sets to recolor that is so neat. The two different parrot bodies have quite a few differences. You can see in the original parrot it uses a combination of yellow and bright orange, and then the feathers around the back are mostly blue. However, you can see both the yellow and bright orange parts in the pink parrot are just pink, though also some of them have been replaced by magenta, and then instead of blue, the feathers around the back are all magenta. However, now here's yet another difference. Taking a look at the tails and the backs of the parrots, you can see the colors in the back of the blue parrot are completely the same from the back down to the tail. It just uses this one consistent shade of blue up until the very end. While that's not the case with the pink parrot. It starts with the magenta at the top and then it transitions into this lighter pink, then that lighter pink continues into a blue, and then it even ends off in a darker blue, the same colored blue that the blue parrot uses. The underside of the blue parrot's tail is bright orange, while the underside of the pink parrot's tail is actually blue, and then the pink parrot also has an extra streak of light yellow right here as well as teal, and none of that's really present on the blue parrot. The biggest difference between these two would have to be the wings. You can see in the blue parrot, the wings are mostly one color. There is multiple shades of blue here, but yeah, it's just a total of 3 different shades of blue. While the pink parrot is a very colorful design, it uses magenta for the base, and then it uses lighter pink at the front that's the same as like on the chest, and then a single piece in this even lighter pink color, but then there's also more of that bright yellow, the lime green, and then even some of the shades shades of blue that the blue parrot uses. Then finally at the heads of the parrots, the actual faces are mostly the same. You can see all these white and black parts with like the beak and the eyes and everything are exactly identical, but there's even some differences up here. The blue parrot's actually the more colorful one when it comes to the head. It's got a streak of orange below the neck as well as some dark orange right here, and then on its forehead it has teal as well as bright green and regular green. While on the pink parrot there's not nearly as many fun colors, just a lot of that magenta and pink, and yeah, the forehead's just that magenta color again. I like to use the light pink on the inside of the head here because it gives these two a very different look, just because the cutoff point like in the neck where those colors change is different between the two. And then there's also a streak of dark blue right here under the chin, which is a bit odd because that's not really used anywhere else, but I guess it matches with the dark orange on the other parrot. And there we go, there's the two different versions of this set, the original Exotic Parrot, which is a set that's out right now, and then the all-new Exotic Pink Parrot, which comes out in August of this year. I have to say, I'm a really big fan of the color variations. I would love to see more LEGO sets do this, and even from other LEGO themes. A theme that I think this would work really well with is like Speed Champions just releasing the same car in multiple colors, but even stuff like Star Wars, in-universe, there's like multiples of the same X-Wing in multiple colors. They could do color variations for sets like that. Even in like Ninjago, if you want to release a line of mechs where every ninja has the same mech just in different colors, that could be cool. But yeah, I think this set's a pretty great choice for being one of LEGO's first wide release sets to do this, because both these sets are great, they look great together. It's not like you can only get one of these sets, these two look really nice together on display. So if you want to get both you can, or if you want to just pick your favorite, you can also do that. If I had to pick just one and pick the one I prefer, I think I'd go with the new one, the Pink Parrot, just because I do prefer the more colorful wings, it's a lot more fun. However, I do love how colorful the head on the original parrot is, but I don't know, to me the Pink Parrot's just a lot flashier, and especially with those like recolored Technic pieces, it makes it feel extra special. I think that's about all I have to say on these sets, but I hope this video served as a helpful guide on both LEGO color variations in general and also these sets in particular. Let me know what you guys think of these sets in the comments below, and also what you think of color variations. Do you want to see more of them in the future? And leave some ideas in the comments too. What sets would you like to see get color variations? But as for this video, I think that's about all I have to say, so thanks for watching everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!